It's coming! Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited, breathlessly, in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud, an enormous beast sprang out upon us. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. "Look well, Wilson," Sholmes declared, gazing upon the mystical beast. "For this is the diabolical hound of the Baskervilles."
Hello, welcome again to Ace Attorney, Chronicles. We are here on the 5th episode, and guess what? We are dealing with the Hound of the Baskerville, although I have no recollection of what really happened. I did read the book. I still cannot recollect what it was about. Our first 2 months in London passed quite quickly. The disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into one on the day we arrived in country. Okay. And in Soseki's terrible ordeal has followed closely behind. We had emerged victorious. However, there was an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court, which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur and unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by the fateful telegram. What happened? Are you being requested to come back to Japan? Knock knock. Who's there? Ma. That morning, I was woken up by unreversed knocking on the door by the telegram boy. But after he'd gone, Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susato-san? Yes! It's time to leave for court already. Let me see. What case it is today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? Oh no, of course not. How silly of me. I think Irison said she would make us breakfast this morning. So I saw Shoei go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite. Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. Yeah, she does. Doesn't she? Once our bellies are full, we can leave our court. We can leave for court inviting people. Let me see what case it is today. Wait, here we go again. What? What was that? What was that? What was that? What was that? What was about the telegram? So what was it about? Telegram was that delivered this morning, I mean. Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, but you're not going to get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment thought. It's nothing. Nothing interesting. Boring fact. Or just boring old telegram. So 3 times now she tried to convince me it was nothing. Didn't assume I died. I promise that I will tell you about it at some point. Alright, I understand. I suppose Soseki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he? Yes, I should think so. He'll have immediately after the terrible ordeal. Which will mean she should have completed the voyage already. or be just a few days away. A fortnight ago, we have had a very long telegram from him, do you remember, complaining of seasickness. But by and large, it seems the voyage has been doing well. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? I was just wondering, what might have become of Soseki-san has stayed in London, that's all. You mean as regard the Lombanzisk, the Reaper? Yes, I can't help but wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. What did it say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Like the way that Nagori's trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. Even 2 months now, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yes, but at least Soseki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps. And if that's the case, it's a little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding? If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it will mean he wields the sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently Lombanzisk hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. No? Yeah, since Soseki-san trial, he's withdrawn from judicial services again, it seems. Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. Yes. It has been he who had to face him in these recent spate of trials then. Just my luck. I wonder if luck doesn't come to it. Sorry, what was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. I will disappear for a moment. Don't worry about it. Morning, Rudo. Morning, Susie. Susie. Good morning, Iris. What is that terrible, horrible sound? Iris? What is it, Rudo? What is that terrible noise? It looks like a cat being strangled. Yes, you noticed that, did you? I guess. Hurley isn't the best form this morning, it seems. This morning? Hello? Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Good morning. Oh, a good morning to die, perhaps. I guess. Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before. My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The word is dead. Damn this blanched existence. That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequences. I'm afraid I don't understand. I think they don't have any cakes. Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and ice big coffee for me, if it is not too much to ask. I'm sorry. Oh, looks, Iwaga hi! Good morning, boy. But how did you get in? Wait, what? Well then, everyone, time for breakfast. Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris. It will indeed be a fine day to die. I knew something looked different. Is that something? Something missing from Mr. Sholmes' desk. Ask. wanted to die. You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What happened? It used to be a case that in my hands, this violin sang like a dove child. It really said that dance will make a wood. But now the muses are unamused with me. The goodnesses of music have thrown me. There's so much so loud outside. Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes? For hours I've been about. For days, even through the night, I have endeavored to no avail. The sound, my tone is lost. That brilliant, clear, unwavering tone, gone forever. No more recital or unbridled emotion! Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley? Don't worry, I'm sure it will come back to you in time. Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddess of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man, the next they may unmercifully withdraw it. Oh dear. What is happening to me? If they take turn I have to the violin from me. What is left, for pity's sake? What is left? And deduction, perhaps? Is that what you are known for? The missing machine. There's a missing machine. Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but... Oh, you mean the huge chunk here. The desk looks rather empty today. It was like something that looked like a submarine equipment. Well done, Mrs. Arthur. Your observational skill do you credit. Oh no, Mr. Sholmes, they pale into insignificance when compared to yours. You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you? You mean Hurley's great analytiscope? There's a windy banks now. That's a windy banks? Sorry, it's a windy bank? No, windy banks. The pawnbroker. What? You sold it? Sold it? You mean your pawned enormous machine of yours? There's some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly. But isn't that a very important machine for your work? I wish you had consulted us first. Well, consulted if your situations become so desperate. Should you ever gladly pass what little income I have to you? Then, madam, things are far from desperate. But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate? Making use of a pawnbrokery is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you. It is? Doesn't sound ordinary at all. It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works. What's to understand exactly? Now, what do you mean when you say we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works? To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks. Oh. Banks? On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and tributes to their pawnbroker of choice. With the money they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week. And then on Saturdays, they go to recover their things using the money they would earn. I had no idea this has been a fascinating lesson for us. Everyone does it, you see, especially people in the inner London. And should they have money to spare, they will purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn, should the need arise. Oh, how ingenious. So whenever we have something that is getting in the way, we leave it to windy banks, you see. A pawnbrokery can be thought of an extremely secure vault. I never thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain. I didn't know this, it's actually interesting. I wonder if it's true. Of course you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley? What does it matter? The word is dead to me now. Okay. Nothing new here. Wagahai. The Satsuma cat seems to have several. Oh, yeah, it's the name of the cat. Of course, I forgot. Oh, yes, and I forgot very attached to little Waggy. Huh. Well, up here, his previous owner is completely forgotten to him. As a cat, there's no. Cats are unfeeling creatures. The muse are empty as the hearts of the muses. If Mr. Atsuma had no intention of taking Waggy back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place. I expect he would have taken him if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamship in our experience. For good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Someone died. No, Katsuma! No! Well, I don't mind because Waggy's adorable. No, hello, you little murderer. Yes, he really is. Oh yes, what about the door? Interesting contraption. I've never seen a tiny thing at the main door before. Where did that come from? Oh, you notice? You're observant, Runo. Look! I use this! It's my latest invention. What is that? I call it the cat flapper mat! Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cards? I have a strong feeling it will sell well. That's right, I can make a cat flap for a little furry friend, little Waggy, in seconds. But the damage they will produce. I can't do it in any door at all, no matter what it is made of. It's very powerful, you see. Oh yeah, looks like it. Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make that cat flap? Well, yes, maybe, but now I can make the cat flaps anywhere I like. This is the logic of my friend. Oh, I think it's wonderful. I wanna make something. No, I wanna make 3D printers to make that something. I was like, why? Just get the bloody thing. It was like, okay, you must make one of our house install for our office upstairs, Iris. She knows how to come up with unconventional invention, this girl. Hehe. 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 Did he? What? What was that? What guy? Clutter, clutter, screech. What was that? Oh no! What guy is tangled up in your violin? I think he thinks it's a toy. No, what is doing to it? Oh dear, Mr. Sean's precious violin. Why should I care? What? I shouldn't be surprised. Wait, what? If the cat is more accomplished musician than I now. Mr. Sholmes really is in a poor spirit, isn't he? Well, anyway, I'll put it back where it lives, shall I? Hurley? Out of the cat reach, if possible. Maybe we shouldn't assess the damage. Boscombe Valley Mystery. Wait, oh, I forgot the name. No, I forgot the name, sorry. There was one of the name. So what did I say? The Boscombe Valley Mystery. Something about Valley. I remember Valley. I remember the rest of the name. How intriguing, the original name, sorry. Must be a title of Ari's latest work. Oh my, I wonder what fantastic tale awaits us. I think I remember reading it, I just cannot recall what it was about. The level of English was so... when I read it, was so different when my level of English, sorry. I couldn't understand everything. Looks like an angel, but I bet she's dreaming of the most unsavory crime you could imagine. Okie The fire is burning comfortably in the grate again today. It's a very different feeling to a Japanese hibachi somehow. Oh, look at that photographic print of lady displayed on the mantelpiece. Mantelpiece? Could it be? Yes, it must be. It's the woman! Oh, how exciting. What? Is that supposed to mean something to me? What? What? What woman? What woman? What? So this is the violin, is it? I don't know what woman is, I cannot figure it out. This is a Stradivarius, one of the finest violin in the world, made by my renewed Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari. Stradivari! I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me. Yeah, it doesn't. It looks old as smash. I put only covered in dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley. The broker had no idea of this value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings. 55? How honorable of you. And until today, has been my fatal companion in every great Pagani-inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there a reason to live in a world devoid of music to tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none. Mr. Sholmes. You... What, dear madam? What? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of a release from this dull routine. Oh, well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think? Huh? Huh? What do you mean, Miss Susato? Oh, Susie's right. Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different. And that's all. There was no crack here before. Wait, it's not even the right size, is it? What's this? I'm very confused. I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all. Then what? I believe it's an entirely different instrument called viola. Viola? What? Did he just kill the poor dude? You're right. You're quite right. This is my fatal Stradivarius. So what, pray, this piece of string replaced some? Not your fatal performing partner, then? Ah, I see. That must have been... you do, Iris? This is just a simple mix-up. It's not like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what happened if we ask her. Oh, okay. Mix-up. What do you mean by mix-up, Iris? Well, you see, this violin... Sorry, this viola, I mean... was at Windybank's until last week. At the pawnbroker? No, Mr. Your beloved musical partner. There's a proverb from the East, with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let the beloved child travel. What? Yes, indeed. So you send your beloved violin to the pawnbroker in the hope that it will experience personal growth. Oh, that was a wonderful idea. Last week I pawned my great analyscope in order to release my precious instruments. But it will appear Mr. Windy mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of the piece of timber. Okay, but your ever sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings. Pshaw, instead of fairs it is, I always say, Mr. Naruhodo. Never trust a pawnbroker, they will try to fiddle you every time. But entirely you told us that you couldn't think of a pawnbroker of an extremely secure vault. Come on, Mr. Naruhodo, dilly-dallying will get you nowhere. I'm so confused. Sorry? Crunch your toast with that vegan aspect, fresh your coffee so obtusely. We are ready to go. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct? Consider the urgency with which we are faced. You must visit Mr. Windyback Brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes? Precisely, Mr. Sato. without a moment's delay. But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs. Bacon and eggs! My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend to crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant accent, to press your egg ever more obtusely. Alright, say no more, let's go then. Don't worry, Bruno. I'll be happy to heat it up for you again later. Thank you, Alice. As it happens, I'm rather curious to see what a breachy penbroker looks like. Baker Street? You can go to Baker Street? That's interesting. So this is a British pawnbrokery. Oh my, there are all sorts of tools and contraption here. Never laid eye on before. That's so sad, son. And that spark of wonder in your eyes. Can't wait to scour the shelves, can you? Get the impression you enjoy places like this. Oh yes, I don't know why, but I see such a lot of things I don't understand. It's a real thrill for me. My dear fellows, let us not forget why we are here. Oh, Mr. Sholmes. We're calling on matters of business, not pleasure. Clearly, Mr. Sholmes being Mr. judging from the spark very easy. Why it looks like he's trying to hit her? Like, look at that! Ha ha! Hiya! Hiya! In his eyes. Hiya! Mr. Sholmes, sir, welcome back. Did you hear that brazen welcome? Well, yes, we are potential customer after all. We are disgruntled customer, Mr. Naruhodo, and decided for Mr. Windyback in our ire. Come! The fight is afoot. Wait, what? We have to banish him to Eternium. Naturally, we recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago. Yes? This second-rate fiddle is not my fatal instrument, Mr. Windyback. The color of the wood is different, it has holes in it, and it's not even the same size. Wonderful summary of your observation, Mr. Sholmes. I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable me. Unspeakable mistake for a pawnbroker. There's only one way to make amends. Did he just run? I was like looking at her. Oh, he got. I was like, oh, he just ran away, and I was like, pick up a gun. Oh, he's gonna shoot us. I was like, oh, oh, he's gonna threaten us with a gun. And I was like, I shall take my life. I was like, oh, that escalated quite quickly. I don't think that will be necessary, do you? That hesitation. If I may just say one thing before I pop off. Yes? It was you, Sir Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day, I believe. Sorry? As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch you the violin when I heard, ah, here it is. You did? And when it turned to controvert you had taken the violin and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly on my own door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble on the goose any longer. May this guild die with me. No. Stop, my dear fellow. This fault is mine. Phew. It appears that the fight is over. The fight? It wasn't even a fight. Susano, it wasn't even a fight. He did the most Japanese thing. I do humbly apologize, Mr. Windyback. Evidently my questionable disposition precipitated his tragedy. Well, you wouldn't be Mr. Harley without a questionable disposition, now, would you? Haha, I don't believe you may be right, sir. Ha ha ha. Is it a laugh or cry? I suppose. You have still the viola? The violin? Your item must be, say, one of my more challenging customers. I needn't remind you of the peculiar collection of items you brought through my door in the past. Oh? Peculiar items? In the extreme, ma'am. For example, the unpublished manuscript of our Epinews work, the novel of Herlo Sholmes, for some such. Oh my! New full-fledged novel? Unpublished? A story I have yet to read, you mean? Oh! Forgive me. Wait, before you die, you must tell me more. Before you die! I was like, whoa. Jesus Christ, can someone take away that gun out of his hand? I must know more, tell me everything. Wow, Susato is really fired up now. Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof? Yes, probably. Well, one day, the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see. I should like to entrust you to ease your care for a while, Mr. Windybank. For a chest like this, that's 1 shilling, sir. No farting more. It houses something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript. Recounted the adventures of one of Mr. Sherlock Holmes. I beg your pardon? A manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript? Indeed I do, for I am confident it will be quite safe here. And I was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom. Mr. Sholmes, is that really true? He forgot. I do sense someone doesn't want to talk about this. Could I pay you a fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings securely. Of course, sir. Of course. Stay and sound with me. I'll show you my life. It's all very strange. What? Why do you have like an unpublished manuscript? Wonder, could I ask you something? A gentleman from the east, I see. Yes, that's Sybil suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somehow dull. Sorry. Aha, but for your splendid attire, I'm given 5 guineas, no less. The collar exquisite design is something. It's an artist of the finest, may I say. Oh my, 5 guineas, you say? How interesting. I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here. Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. Heard it said that pawnbrokeries are used to rather like banks here in London. Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you described. I praise their item and offer them our proportionate loan and 2 months of secure stowage. If it is done in time to repay the original sum to me plus and agree interest, the items are happily returned. But what happens if they don't pay you the money? Then timepieces are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me. Oh, so you never sell items before the 2 months have passed then? That's right, ma'am, that's right. Which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulder. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense is for me to end it all. To end it all. Oh no, I mean here, our fellow Professor Layton got his head of Professor Layton. The very ideas of Windybank is absurdity. I shall never talk of Wonder Man, it's so careful. Say the man who was telling us all that was a good day to die only this morning. And let us not forget that I have already helped you take a measure to ensure such tragedy never occurs. What sort of measure? I engineer a simple device which Mr. Windybank has installed here in his shop. I call it the red-handed recorder. Recorder? That is not so, Mr. Windybank? What was that deep sig about? Doesn't work? What on earth is the red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are 2 just below the ceilings. Camera? Oh, camera. I can see what appears to camera touches some sort of timing device. Very astute. This is indeed camera furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. Every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop. Here I have an example I can show you. Oh yes, bring for the camera set record. The activity of shop counter and develop a special type of film so sensitive, produce a crystal clear image even in the darkness. That was very good. Love the dog, by the way. Is that Chica? Yeah, that's extraordinary, right? Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look. There's a cat too. So you see where someone to enter the premise. With ill intent, his identity will be summarily exposed. Every half an hour, but you will not say that photographic prints were taken at every 30 minutes intervals. Indeed, as you say, my dear madam. Now, what if the incident were to occur in the between times? One could only say that will be a cruel twist of fate. I must confess, your advice have been giving me so cause of distress of late. Beg your pardon, Mr. Windyback. Surely they are anything but distressing. Assuring is the word. It's the cost of the film, sir. You most graciously place not one, but 2 cameras in my shop, after all. Which means I must pay for 9 on 100 earthly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of the film would break me before I'm very much older. Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbroker, no? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price. Oh, heaven, help us! Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin. Oh, you still have it. I thought you gave it away. The very thing! Thank you, Mr. Windyback. Perhaps this might mark the end of the peculiar items you try to pop, huh? Because if anything were to happen to one of them... This will be the only answer! Jeez, Relish. I'm really thinking you ought to stop waving that gun around. Someone could get hurt. Fear not! Sorry? I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one by myself could be possibly be harmed. That's not really what I meant. Good day to you, then, Mr. Windyback. A pleasure as always, Mr. Sholmes. So, Mr. Naruhodo. Now can we explore at last? What do you want? You want? We actually have to explore the bloody thing. I don't know. We simply talk to him. I'm actually curious. Oh, we already talked to him. We have Pinocchio here. We have these weird things. What the hell is that? Look at this. Whatever they're called. Could be useful. Actually, what? I don't know. I'm not sure. I have no idea. There's a small couch just here. Look. Let's open it, aren't we? Oh, it's a camera. Oh wow, that's amazing. It's a sort of a spring-loaded mechanism. And we never managed to put back from the way it was before. Huh? What are you two doing? Well, that's nothing. Nothing at all. Whatever is this device, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. I feel as though I've seen something rather similar to this elsewhere. Yeah, me too. Just can't really recollect. I think it's probably Sherlock's stuff. Interesting. Exotic plants. Full. The literally everywhere in England. I have a chest in here. Let's examine this. Okay. Now, what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does? Seems to have 2 little windows for looking through. Allow me to enlighten you, my dear fellow. What you're looking at is a stereoscope. Stereoscope? A stereoscope? Fascinating. In a plain name, I assure you, look through the eyepiece and see it for yourself. I shall be delighted to excuse me a moment while I just have a look. Just before you do, there is something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see an image properly, stereoscopically, as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed. However, if that is beyond you, There's a little consequences today. Alright then, I'm going to try it. Ah! Wait, what? Mr. Naruhodo, you must see at once! Alright then. So I need to be cross-eyed like I'm trying to look at my nose. What the... Don't believe it. Wait, what? Just for the rally print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it. Oh. Yes, the sense of that is startling, is it not? So it's the 3D. Stereoscope, I'm not even gonna try it. Stereoscope are on London's many fans. They're often found in a little stall in the park. People queue for hours to see them. Why? Why are people mentally with such a black magic? Ah, the simplicity. Back in the days. I don't magic, my dear madam. It is, well, far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day. Oh. Lame-o. Lame-o. Gong? Look at this. What could this lovely big shiny box be? My dear madam, it's a music box. Surely you have such things in your own country? No, we don't have it. Yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before. Shall we listen for a while? It reminds me of Nokia, I don't know why. What a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels. I've never heard anything like that before in my life. This particular specimen is of a larger variety commonly found in public houses and of restaurants. There's a metal disc inside of which the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played. My goodness! What a simply delightful machine! Indeed, though their popularity has worn recently with the development of the gramophone, of course. Ah, science and technology advance at such a overwhelming pace. I agree with that statement. What assortment of things there are on these shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks and watches. Almost anything you care to imagine. So there are forfeited items offered for sale by the pawnbroker. What does that really mean though? When you pawn or colloquially pop an item, the broker loans your money against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he's free to display it in his shop for sale at a price of his choosing. Oh yes, now you explain it. I've noticed a little price tags on everything. Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, you can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black carp of yours without fear, my dear fellow. Treasury University form never it embodies my student spirit. 15 on April. That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15 on April, today's date. We're in June. Yeah, that's not for sale, I must point out. It's an Eastern style page-a-day calendar. Eastern? Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following date. Day's date. Perfect calendar for a daring fellow such as yourself, Mr. Windyback. And what was it we walk out here with the wrong violin before? Well, when the agreed storage period has passed, without repayment, articles are forfeit, you see. So keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker obsession, you might say. Oh yes, I can see you are very dedicated to your job. What? Only to pay for it? Det är fair and you know it. The article is barely worth a penny, miss. I can offer more. Wait, what? Sound like there is an argument bring over by the counter. Come on, that can't be right. Have you even done a proper butcher at it? Even it's all I would needed to see, young girl. I don't know why I read it like that. Why don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her. Oh yes, it's a young lady. Gina! No, what was that? Yes, I still on later Mr. Gilded Trials 2 months ago. What was her name? Gina? It was Gina, right? Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancellor, as her crossed among large crowds, living people of the purses. That's commonly called a pickpocket. Fire in the hole! Golden Bennett, you lot! Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well. Prepare to load grenade! Oh, what, you remember me then, do you? Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. So, what are you doing here? In here? Down and out, like the rest of us, nothing to eat. Got to Papa's black whistle sorry coat, have you? What is about this black uniform that makes everyone comment on it? Ah, good day, unless I'm much mistaken. You will be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher. Mr. Sholmes! Yeah, go ahead and give it back. So you have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article I shall negotiate with Mr. Windback on your behalf. For that other one, I don't need help from the stuck-up D. Get out of my business. Go on, I'll make trouble for you. As you wish, Miss Lestrade. I will happily remove myself from your presence. Did you just vanish? He's really done it. He's gone. He's gone. I'm sorry, but as I said, there is no room for negotiation here. At least I think that he has in his hand. Some kind of metal disc? And you, go on. Leave me alone. Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. May I shouldn't be offended in the slightest. So Sanka can really stand her ground when she wants to. Whatever. Whatever. Just ask. Somehow I don't really think you were the sort of person who would use a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade. Yeah, well I am, alright? I'm a Londonian, just like everyone else. That's the problem, is it? No, not at all. It's just that, well... Oh, I get it. I know what you're thinking. What thing probably gonna give and belong to her. Probably gotta die, didn't she? Yeah, I can see it written all over the Chevy Chase. Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines. Did you? You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo. Why would I? Alright then, I'm just going to come out and ask you straight. Do you pawn think that you steal from other people? Well, I don't know best to answer that, really. So is that me? Suppose sometimes. You're not going to deny either, Miss Lestrade. But not this time, alright? I swear that thing belongs to me. At least Mr. Windybank is humble. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this. Why what? Just like that? Change the Windybank? Mr. Lestrade's disc. Miss Lestrade disc! What exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade brought in? Seems to be 100 tiny little bumps in its surface. Ah, this is a music disc, you see? We're inside a music box. It's a music box? What? You don't even know what music box is? You ain't no savvy. What a music box is, I've just never seen one on this disc before. Wait, this disc? A small protrusion of the metal disc can go to the tune, not to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going and the beautiful music plays. Aha! It's so incredible. Tell us, what tune is on this disc? Maria Teresa? Why Maria Teresa? Ave Maria, I wanted to say. Sorry, Maria Teresa, what the hell? A person. Is in a person. Well, I'm afraid I couldn't tell you that. There are so many different types of music boxes, see? British made, German made, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc was made for. I see. And that is in a nutshell. I wouldn't have any customer for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited. Really, I'm already offering more than than I should at a penny. Penny? A pale lie that told me that he said it was, well. He? Who? Never you mind, I just ain't right at all. It is worth good money, I know this. Well then, you'll have to try your luck to another pawnbroker, won't you? Arg. She's been in before, of course, this little Tata Demalion. Demalion? I see. And wrote some dubious article or other with her every single time, am I right? Dubious? What are you trying to say? I'm not an honest customer here. So, is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today? Oh well, if only it were that simple. Sorry? What do you mean? What she actually brought in was a storage ticket. Storage ticket? A storage ticket? So... Miss Lesetta has actually come to redeem an article from you today, is that right? Yeah, that's right. A girl like me has a lot of stuff would need store. Alright, yes, that's definitely dubious. The article in question will have been forfeited at midnight tonight. She gave me the ticket for it and paid both the loan and the interest. I was obliged to return the article to her. But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Windybank? The little scamp is wearing it, ma'am. The jacket? The overcoat that... Hear me? What? Why is she dressed like Calbo Rebo? I don't know. What's wrong with it? It fits, doesn't it? I mean, it's mine, of course it does. So, what about the disc then? How does it come to all this? The disc is something else. A new article to Poe. If the girl and I agree on price. New article to Poe. I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrada brought in a storage ticket today. It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the money owed on it, as you say. For this heavy black coat which you returned to her care, as I understood it. That's right, yes, and rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little Gamifan put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets. Oh, you mean... What? Don't you even know it's true to say a lady? I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it? If you mean this disc, then yes, exactly, man. She immediately tried to pawn it, for quite a high price as well. It's already suspicious, I think. Give it up, I must try to post so my fellow I must anyone else would. Mr. Lestrada, may I ask you to deposit the overcoat here in the first place? Well, me? Doesn't really appear to be your size. Me old man? It's me old man, ain't it? It's Miss... Wait. Yes, this is definitely all rather suspicious. Out of my way, please!